Alright guys, so welcome to part 2 of weathering the command tank. Now I'm going to, well firstly, as you can see, I've actually applied some rust effect to the hull of the tank using AK Pigments Medium Rust. I've applied liberally some around the top areas, around the front, and I think, yeah, just some minor bits around that area, and on the rear. Now what I'm going to do on this video, I'm going to actually do some streaking effects like this on this rear panel here, just so you guys can get an idea of how this stuff can be used. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to prepare my stuff and we'll start the process. Okay, so before I start, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the two colours that are, well, two of the three colours that I used for the actual primary armour colour. I'm going to do just a couple of little scratches on the tank's rear itself. So there's not a lot involved in this, guys, to be honest. It's very simple stuff. This effect works better actually with two colours. However, just for ease, hopefully you guys are going to be able to see this, I'm just going to do some very liberal, sort of like scratch marks. These will be more apparent when you see the other colour go on, and in conjunction with the pigments and the rust streaks, hopefully the effect will be pretty cool. Like I say, I'm doing this slightly different order than what you would normally do if you were following the DVD. So okay, not very apparent at the moment, but you will see when I give this a little blast with a hairdryer what it looks like. Okay, so we're going for the lighter colour now. You need you only need a tiny amount for this sort of thing, and hopefully you'll see if I get the model in the right place. There we go. Now then, what I'm doing here is just applying some of the lighter colour over it, leaving some of the previous darker colour that I've just painted on. Needs a little bit more. There we go. And a little bit there. Now this might look quite bright at the moment, but like I say, guys, it's all part of the process, so you will see. I'll just give that a quick dry and then we'll move on to the pigments. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to get a little bit of the rust pigment from AK. I'm going to just apply a little bit around the top hatch here, just dabbing it on really, smoothing it along the crevice there at the top of the panel, and a little bit around there. That's it. It looks quite sorry guys, out the camera shot. It looks quite extreme on the first initial application, but actually when you put some fixer on, it actually dulls down a little bit. Okay, just blowing on the model a little bit just to get rid of some of the excess powder that's lying around. As you can see, I'm going a little bit on the scratches that I've just applied. Not much. Just a bit to dull them down, just a bit. I mean, bearing in mind, guys, I'm still experimenting with this stuff, so there's probably better ways of doing it. But this is how I'm currently doing it and experimenting with it. So yeah, that's okay. We'll leave that at that. Now what I would do in the next stage now, using the AK pigment fixer, it just smells like white spirits really. Just making sure the brush is wet, and then I'm not going to brush it on, I'm going to dab it on. As you can see, it flows very freely over the surface. And a little bit along the top there. Yeah. And that's essentially sealing on the pigment now. And that's adequate. Right, I'm just going to give this a blast with the hairdryer and we'll be back. Alright guys, so now I've dried that, and as you can see it's actually muted down the rust look now, which is perfect, blends in nicely with the rest of the model. In this little area here I've got some white spirit, and this is going to be for mixing with the streaking colour. This one is for, well, you'll see the stage in a minute. So right, I'm going to apply now some streaking effects from AK. So let's just open it up. I'm going to, guys, let me just check that I'm using the right one. No, I'm not. Instead of using that streaking effect, I'm going to use streaking grime from AK. So guys, I had to try and remember what I used last time. Yeah, this is definitely the one. Now, here's the thing. Let's do it where you can see. I'm just going to get some on the brush. Okay. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to liberally apply some across there, like that. As you can see, it's pretty, you know, not a load of skill needed. Maybe a bit round there, like so. Right, clean it in the white spirits there. I did put that on neat actually. Oh, I'm just going to give this a blast with the hairdryer, guys. Okay, so that's dry now, as you can see. Now what I've done is I've just got a fairly flat brush. This could be epic fail, so we'll soon see. And it's got some white spirit on it, like I say, and all I'm going to do now is start to pull this down. Now as you can see, straight away it's moving the streak. Look at that, guys. See what I mean? Simple, very effective. And what type of brush you use is quite important as well. The flat brushes that you can get, I mean this one's quite old now, but it does help with the whole process of just liberally grab it down, like so. How much or how little you want on the model is entirely up to you. But you know what, guys, I think that's more than enough. Maybe let's just take a little bit more of that off there. See how simple and easy that is. Nice. I like that. Take a little bit more there. There we go. Very good. That's worked out well. So what we'll do is we'll just clean this brush, and now I'm going to go to the AK rust streaks, because remember those little scratches on the panel that I did earlier, I'm going to do the same principle now. Tiny amount on my brush, not a lot, because most of it will get brushed away. There's a nice little scratch area there. There's one there and there. Oh, I'll put one there. Okay. Right. What I need to do now is just quickly dry that with the hairdryer, guys. 2 seconds. Okay, so that's dry now. As you can see, once again, you've got your streaking effects blobbed on. And what I'm doing now, so I don't take off too much straight away, I'm making sure that there's only a small amount of white spirits on my brush, and I'm just going to drag. See, this brush could have done with being a bit bigger, really. In fact, you know, guys, I'm going to switch brush. As you can see, this is all trial and error for me at the moment. It's working alright. Back to the big flat brush. Angle it. And hopefully it will pull down. Just how I want it to. Apologies if I keep moving out of camera shot, guys, because doing this sort of thing on camera is a bit awkward. If you're worried you're going to take too much off when you first do it, just make sure that there's hardly any on your brush at all, and it'll make the job easier. And there we go. Very simple and very quick effect. In my opinion, guys, it doesn't need any more on the back there now. I think it looks great. So a few grimy scratches, a few rusty streaks on some of the scratches as well, achieved very quickly. With a very cool little set from AK Interactive, and it's all blending in nicely. When you see this thing all complete, yeah, I think you'll be quite pleased and amazed at how simple the effect is. So there you go, guys. Yeah, that's how I'm actually applying this stuff that you're seeing on this tank. The next video now will almost certainly be a video of the whole thing complete, but you can see how it's been applied. Your brush size, like I say, is very important. I do have a very flat brush, which I use quite often, but I can't find it at the moment. But yeah, there you go. Very simple, very quick. So keep your eyes open for more vids in this series, guys. I'll keep them all on the command tank once the command tank's finished, and then I can move on to more interesting stuff. I got something from Dust Tactics on its way to me. I'm looking forward to giving that one a go, and I think I'm going to be applying a few pigment colours around this mud area here. But yeah, cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.